Welcome to Scythe Reviews. My name is Scythe, and I finally watched Nosferatu. Nosferatu is directed by Robert Eggers, who also put out movies such as The Witch and The Lighthouse. I don't think this review is going to be very long. As usual, we're gonna go over some notes that I took during the movie and see how I feel by the end of it. Not gonna lie, I felt kinda gross. Beginning with our first note that it is a beautiful movie. When people say that this is a gothic horror masterpiece, they really mean it when it comes to the cinematography. The shots are beautiful, the lighting is just perfect sometimes. This indeed is gothic horror for you, done very, very well. Although with good things also come bad things with this movie. It seems like with every good thing in this movie that I found, there was something to counteract it. Like where we got good cinematography, we also got shaky camera work. Some shots that I think were supposed to be still shots are actually kind of shaky. Like somebody was holding the camera or accidentally bumped it. But in the end, cinematography is beautiful for what the movie's supposed to be. Moving on to the fact that this movie started because a vampire wanted to buy real estate. This is nothing, serious or anything that has to do with the review. I just thought it was funny. Nosferatu really just wants to buy this house. And also, the movie immediately tells you what's going on and how this whole idea of this job is going to be bad, because as soon as you find out what the job is, they immediately cut to a shot of a little pentagram in the real estate guy's office. So you immediately know he's in on it. And then we find out exactly that, because there's a shot of him just doing some satanic shit naked on a floor. Did not need to see old man ass that day, but I did. Moving on to my fourth note of this movie, the children are very annoying, and spoiler alert, I'm very glad that they fucking die. Did they do anything to me? No. Did they do literally anything in this movie? No. They just exist as children. But it's nice to see their lifeless body be thrown on the floor. Oh yeah, that's not gonna fucking come back to bite me in a few years. Moving on to note number 5, we are talking about the main couple. I am very glad that they're in love and they are very happy, but they don't need to be getting freaky everywhere. As soon as she wakes up in the morning and sees he's trying to go to work, man's got a job to do, and then she's like, nah, we need to get freaky now. They get freaky in the kids' room of their friend's house. And then later in the movie, once they're under some magic spell shit of the Dracula vampire, she's literally all up on him going back and forth in her mind because Dracula's got his whole hands in her head and shit. Crawling up on her mans being like, you can never fuck me the way that Nosferatu can. And then immediately he pulls him down, pulls it out, and they just start fucking. I know what this movie is supposed to be about. I know that it's supposed to be girl is having a romantic relationship with vampire that she did not really consent to, but in movie form, it's just really uncomfortable to watch. This movie is over 2 hours long. So really, this overarching theme of sex, it feels kind of shoehorned in at points, because you get the normal story and then all of a sudden you get her having a fucking orgasm out of nowhere. They really want to put emphasis on the fact that Nosferatu is coming, when in fact he's really just making the other people come. It's a real uncomfortable thing for me. Maybe other people, if you want to go watch your sexy vampire movie and see Bill Skarsgård's penis, you do you, man, but this is not no fucking, Twilight fan shipping shit. This is, nasty. But yeah, this couple just gets freaky, a lot. Speaking of Bill Skarsgård, he is the one who plays Nosferatu in this movie. And you really can't tell, honestly, the makeup is really good. I was just not expecting to see little Bill. But that's something I can just, write down, I guess. I can finally make a note that I've seen this man's little. The way he plays the character is kind of scary. Kind of. Honestly, anytime he speaks, all I can think about is Dracula from Hotel Transylvania. I'm pretty sure that Bill Skarsgård does say blah blah blah. Get what he's trying to do? He's trying to have that kind of vampire voice of the time, I guess. But it just sounds so cartoony. At no point in this movie was I afraid of him. He's in this movie a fair bit. I wouldn't say too much, but you start seeing more of him the further you get into the movie, and definitely at the end. He does pop up in a few jump scares, but that's really about it when it comes to the first part of the movie. In fact, I don't even think you actually hear his full, Nosferatu name until Willem Dafoe shows up, which is very late in the movie. I guess they do call him, Olak or something, whatever. It's a fucking stupid name. Moving on, we have that the movie is not boring necessarily, but it definitely felt like it could have been shorter. Because what this movie does, and I know that other movies do it too, so I'm not making a big deal about it doing it here, is that this movie will build up suspense and then drop it again. And then build up suspense and then drop it. It does this about 5 different times. Usually you're supposed to spend your whole movie kind of building up, and it's okay to have a slow burn movie, you know? But after the third climax drop, I kind of just stopped caring. It was come on, just move on. I literally sat in my movie chair at the theater and was okay, so this is the build up, and then once it gets to this point, then it's going to drop again. So that's when I could probably just sit and chill. One thing, however, that did not bore me or make me tired is the jump scares. Because this movie forgot that it presented itself as a horror movie. So you know what that means. Cheap jump scares. Yeah, the scares in this movie are so fucking cheap. If you want to be gothic horror, be gothic horror. Don't be gothic horror and also horror, you know? Just do your thing. Don't have to push in these stupid ass fucking jump scares. Want to make a slow burn gothic horror film? Have slow burn scares. Not this split second shit that only relies on loud noise to get people. Apart from the shaky cinematography and some of the scares that are honestly really bad. The acting in this movie is very, very good. Even though most of their acting is so good that it literally made me want to puke sometimes. I still give claps. Overall, I don't know if I would recommend this to some people. If you're into artsy fartsy shit, then maybe you'll like it. But literally the whole movie, the surface level storyline is girl falls in love with vampire who she doesn't really see very much. And it's not love, it's fuck. This is very much a fuck me so I don't cheat on you with a vampire movie. Lots of random orgasms too. One more thing, I find it really weird. At the end, Willem Dafoe was she made a willing sacrifice. The main character, Lady Ellen, made a willing sacrifice. Sir, she fucked a vampire. I know this was a pretty short review, but if you want an overall estimate from me, I don't think this movie lives up to the masterpiece hype that it's trying to present itself as, and that a lot of other people are trying to present it as. But this is a pretty decent movie if you do like watching movies like this. So I would say give it a watch and see what you think. Maybe you'll like it a lot more than I did. But for me, Nosferatu, I'm giving it a 6 out of 10. Would have got 4 more points if it didn't fucking gross me out so much. Let me know some other movies that you want me to talk about in the future. I also do cover video games, so if you want me to review a game, let me know. As always, this has been Scythe Reviews. My name is Scythe, and thank you so much for watching.